So New Flyer is the largest manufacturer of heavy-duty transit buses in Canada and the United States. We're also the largest supplier of spare parts for that industry across several operators in both Canada and the U.S. I've really only had two jobs since university. I worked for 25 years at Standard Aero here in the city and had the opportunity of growing up inside the business, starting off as a marketing assistant and ultimately worked up to the president and CEO. And I joined New Flyer about 5 years ago and have gone from the aviation industry now to the transportation business. I think anybody that's worked with me or been part of the projects that I've been on knows that I'm very, very passionate and engaged. I really love getting involved in the details of the business, the project, the people side of it, and so forth. I think I've also learned to be balanced and trying to understand the math, the economics, as well as the sheer project management side of it. Winnipeg is an absolute wonderful place to grow up, but to go to school and to learn how to do business. It's almost like an incubator. We have the benefit of world-class companies here. We have world-class institutions like universities, community colleges, and we have so many leaders in the business community that allow us to be involved. I'm very proud and pleased to be offered this opportunity to be recognized by the CME. My father, for many, many years, led a business here in Manitoba, Versatile Manufacturing, and so to be now in the same Hall of Fame, if you will, with my father was a really special recognition. And I wish he was here as part of this and sharing it with me. But at the end of the day, I had the benefit of working and living in a community, but also sitting at home and listening to a business leader all day long. I also really want to thank and recognize Bob Hammerberg, who was the former CEO of Standard Aero, who took me under his wing as a mentor type relationship and really taught me how to run a business, how to learn about the customer and understand the economic engine and the value of the company in the overall business context.
Paul is a very sharp guy, hard-working individual who believes in teamwork and who believes in trying anything that's thrown at him. He received some substantial challenges back in the days of Standard Aero. We were doing leading-edge work both in the factory, in quality, marketing, customer relations, and so on. And many of these were industry-changing techniques that we were using. Paul was ready to grasp those, did that, understood how they worked, and did a tremendous job of building a pool of tools for him to use to take companies forward, and he's never lost sight of that. I think it's very important for a company like New Flyer or any manufacturing company to have a person like Paul at the head of the organization. It's the toolkit that he brings with that's the most valuable. Many people can take over an organization and run it as is, make some small changes or whatever. He makes substantial change. This is the way this is done.
I really have always believed and I think learned that business is like a team sport. And there's role players and people have different levels and jobs and so forth. But at the end of the day, if we can find a way to get people to want to come to work and to want to change the business and progress, as opposed to have to because it's a job. So we've been working really hard here at New Flyer and previously my experience at Standard Aero of employee surveys, trying to understand what people really want and what they need out of a job and what they need around the job and how to engage them and their families. And so, we have a great environment here in Manitoba. You have lots of different ethnicities, you have lots of different age groups and so forth. And so it's a real melting pot and we can learn how to cooperate and compete from this wonderful environment that we live in.
Paul, I want to congratulate you on getting this award from the Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters of Canada. It's well deserved. You've been a leader in our community in the manufacturing sector with high-tech products from aerospace and now to the leading bus manufacturer in North America. And that's created thousands of jobs for Manitobans as we've stayed ahead of the curve on innovation. We've worked with you on the electric bus and I know you've created many other innovative products as well. And I look forward to many years of further expansion of the industry that you lead and you making a continuing contribution to the prosperity of the people of Manitoba. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Paul Soubry for receiving the 2014 CME Hall of Fame Award.